Yo, what is good, everybody? It's your boy, the Strongest Wizard, and tonight is indeed fight night, and we have ourselves yet another OP09 match. We got Boa Hancock on the left-hand side, as well as Belobetty on the right. A matchup that you probably won't see on either side, like, almost ever. If anything, you're probably going to see people play the Belobetty a little more common than the Boa Hancock. Just people like to play Belobetty. I actually think it's a pretty good deck, but we're gonna use the stage ability. Pitch one card and you get to get a Rev Army off the top three, which we're gonna get the Vonkov, a card that you really want to see in your opening hand. So obviously the Belobetty player, very excited to see that, I can imagine. And with two active Don, let's see what Boa has in the tank. I know this is not a Dofi deck, but it is still blue, and blue has just a ton of cards that Dofi likes to use, like Buggy, of course. So looking at the top three, we have two 2K Buggies as well as a Jozu. Honestly, quite hilarious. And unfortunately for him, you can't even put it to the bottom even if you wanted to. You have to put at the top. So placing the Jozu at the very top, and at least you know what your next turns are gonna look like, right? I mean, like look, I got no choice, man. That's all I can do. Looks like we're going to use a stage effect to start things off here, and we're going to go ahead and grab the Karasu. Now this is a 3-cost 4K body that is a blocker. So we might see a 5K swing plus drop the Karasu. Yeah, we'll start things off here with the 5K swing. We have to counter out of this attack just because later down the line, if things just get a little out of hand, we have to make sure we're able to manage the board and then just kind of like recover off of that. So we're going to tap 3 for the Karasu and just pass the turn. And now, of course, you did see that Jozu coming out of hand, so countering out of that 5K swing, which I do think, like I mentioned before, was quite the smart play. Now, I guess the real question is, where do we go from here? We could swing 5K with the Buggy, swing 6K into life. We also have a Djembe as well as a Croc in our hand as well. So quite a few different options. Unfortunately, no removal in hand, and we know what our next two turns are going to be for draw. So yeah, dropping the Djembe as well as the Crocodile, and then just passing the turn. Choosing to try to starve the Belobetty, a tactic you kind of saw like early on in like red meta, red deck metas, where you would just kind of like never attack Zoro and just pick off the small bodies just because you had to. You literally had no choice. But we are going to see the Ivankov coming down using leader effect, pitching a card, giving plus 3K to the board, playing the Karasu for free. Karasu made the Boa Hancock a 4K leader, and this is a 7K swing now going into a 4K Boa Hancock. And if you saw that 6K swing coming in from the Belobetty, leader did connect, so already in a flash, Boa Hancock now sitting at 3 active Dawn there. So quite unfortunate. Sorry, not 3 active Dawn. 3 life for Boa Hancock, so quite unfortunate for Boa here. But the good thing is that we're able to kind of clean up this Karasu. That standing 4-cost Karasu is definitely an issue, and even more so is the 4-cost standing Ivankov. Ivankov being able to use his effect again when it has 7K power, you're able to play out a free Revolutionary Army body for free. Is this kind of nuts? It's like, okay, well, I guess you get to play out another Karasu and make my leader a 3K or a 4K. Quite good. So clearing up that Karasu was solid, and I'm happy to see that Belobetty player not coming out of that, just because we have another 5K swing if we wanted to, even if it's the leader. And with such a big hand, I'm not sure exactly what Bo wants to do. We have the Jozu. We can bounce the Karasu, or we can bounce the Ivankov. I probably would want to bounce the Ivankov so that you can't just replay the Karasu off of the Ivankov's ability. That kind of just makes sense to me. So I definitely think that's probably the play if you wanted to play the Jozu. Another card that you saw in Boa Hancock's hand that it's kind of hard to see is 6-cost Boa Hancock, a card that you legitimately don't ever see. I haven't seen that card in a long time. That's just because Dofi doesn't play it, and Dofi is like essentially the only blue deck that sees any play here. So this is a 5K swing. We're gonna happily take this. I feel we took that life. And now sitting at 3 life, we're hoping if we swing with the Djembe, we don't see any triggers. But dropping the Jozu, we're gonna bounce the Ivankov as well as the 2K Buggy, and I really like this play. Balancing the 2K, I mean, what is this, 4-cost law, but just the expensive version. And yeah, balancing the Ivankov is pretty good as well. I mean, like I said before, you have to play it out again, and if you want to, it's going to cost you $4 to do so. And sure, you get to play out something else for free. But we have the 5-cost Ivankov. You're looking at the top 3, and then playing out a Rev Army off the top 3 is quite good. I think that card's kind of nuts. It is only on play, so obviously it's not like the 4-cost Ivankov where you can do it every single turn, but playing out a free body with no not needing to pitch is quite good. And what did we just go Ivankov after Ivankov? And we can use leader effect, which I think we are going to actually. We're going to use leader effect, pitching the other Ivankov, giving plus 2k to the board. This is an 8k swing going into Croc. I imagine we're going to minus the leader here. I don't think we minus the crocodile. I mean, and I think if we just swing 8k going into 5, I think we give him 2 2ks actually, because then it makes our leader a 5k leader. But no, we're actually going into life, and we're actually going to minus the croc. Really interested to see what actually would happen here. So this is a 6k swing going into a 4k leader, I imagine. I'm not sure exactly why he pointed out the croc. Can't really tell. But yeah, giving him 2 2ks since our leader is 4k. So not enough there. So very happy about that for him. And then playing out the 1-cost belobetty here. Searching top 5 for a Rev Army type. So just helping us grab some more cards like this Karasu. Possibly not. I mean, there's also that rush. We see the rush in hand as well. Unfortunately, we can't make it actually swing with rush. But grabbing the dragon, I was totally talking about the other character. So many options in this deck, and we're gonna pass the turn, not using Ivankov's effect. Yeah, couldn't we have used Ivankov's effect there to play something out? I guess maybe we don't have anything in our hand. That's totally possible. We can't play something out. That'd be quite unfortunate. Yeah, I mean, because we played the belobetty for 1, so yeah, he must just not have anything in his hand to play. I mean, I don't. That has to be it. So, yeah, I'm dying to know what's in his hand. I'm dying to know. Okay, back to Boa Hancock. We're at 2 life. We have the djembe on the board, so I most likely can clear this. We most likely can clear this Karasu with this Jozu. So I definitely think that's probably the play. If we wanted to milk him of cards out of hand, we swing 5k, which we end up doing. So yeah, getting 1 card out of his hand, and he actually had a character. He had the other 4-cost. I forgot his name, but swing another 5k, and yep, pretty good there. And so I do like him having to pitch a card out of his hand. But here's the thing: we know next turn he's going for it. I mean, this I'm imagining belobetty player has to go for it next turn. We only have 2 cards in our hand. We have 3 life, so Boa might just play it safe here. Kind of go. Maybe you can chip 1 more time. I think setting belobetty to 2 life for the following turn, just going all in. I definitely think that's the play. We also have looks like another Jozu in our hand, so we can play out the 4-cost Jozu back into our hand as well. So this is actually a 6k swing going into life. We're gonna go ahead and take it here. I totally think that we could have swung 5k too. Just I guess if we had the Don, why not? I guess so. But now we are eyeing the Boa. We're also eyeing possibly a second Jozu. Theoretically, they kind of do the same thing, so it's pretty good. Plus, obviously, Boa is just a bit more expensive, so also a higher attack power, so easier to go for game for the following turn, right? We could also even go wide. I mean, imagine he has the blocker as well as another character in our hand as well, so that's also a possibility. I think the only thing that I'm thinking of is that Boa has so much counter in their hand. So yeah, we are going to go ahead, and it looks like we're going to bottom deck the 1-cost, and then looks like we're going to stun the 5-cost. I think we're mainly doing that because it's a 6k body. I actually agree with that, just because even if we bump up the other character, he still can play a body for free. So alright, looks like we're going to go ahead and possibly tap 1 here, or we're setting just 1 aside. We can also go fishing for another character, another Rev Army type, thanks to that stage ability. But the question is, do we want to? It looks like we've been holding that Satori in our hand for the majority of the game here. So obviously we need to use pitch a card for that main leader effect. So as long as that card is a trigger effect, we can do it. So let's see exactly what Belobetty wants to do. We have 4 cards in her hand. I know what 3 of them are. I just don't know what the other one is. I appreciate, turning the card upside down so we can tell which card cannot attack. But like I said, we only have 2 cards in life for the Boa, and it looks like we're going to go ahead and tap 8 for Dragon, attaching 2 Dawn to our leader. This is a 7k swing going into life. I think if we actually take this, we might go all in, use the effect, pitch, swing 9k with the Ivankov, and then 9k with the Dragon. Totally possible. We could also try to stall the game a bit longer. We are at still 2 life. This could be a 7k swing going into the Croc possibly, or the Jimbei. I just don't know if the Belobetty player is going for life, going all in, or just trying to survive another turn. So and I guess here's the issue, right, is that Boa has so many cards in her hand. So we know that he has 2. Oh, he's going for life. Okay, wow, this is exciting. So we actually took our second to last life there. We're using the leader effect for pitching a 2k koala. I believe that's the 2k. That might be the 1k. But we pitched the koala nonetheless, since it's a Rev Army type. We can swing 9k with this Ivankov, and I think at this point we have to commit to the bids. There's really legitimately no other reason why not to. So this is a 9k swing going to life, and he can get out of this attack. I'm pretty sure it's just kind of curtains here, and we definitely know he can get out. I mean, if we look at the hand, it is crazy. There's a lot of cards in hand. There's a lot of cards in hand. So we're going to see exactly if Boa wants to counter out of this. Maybe he wants to kind of tempt the last trigger, the last card in life, which I hope we don't. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and give him 2 2Ks as well as the Jozu 1K. And now for Dragon, we have to pivot. We have to swing into the Jimbei or the Croc. Dealer's choice, of course. Probably the Croc is the better move. Yeah, probably the Croc's better than better move. And yeah, we just have to pivot. We have no choice here with 2 life. We're kind of hoping that our life kind of saves us here. Maybe some sort of help in trying to help us survive. And that is the 2k koala that we grab. And that's pretty nice here. So yep, swinging a big 12k into this Jimbei does go down, and then just pass the turn. Yeah, so I definitely think we would have survived one more turn if we would have gone for board. But I guess Belobetty kind of saying, you know what, I don't have that much time on the clock, so I just feel like I have to go for it here. I mean, hey, it happens. We'll see. We'll see how it ends here. I imagine Boa Hancock's just gonna go for life. That, or unless we have a Red Rock, we could Red Rock Dragon, most likely KO this Ivankov, but no, this is a 5k swing going into life. We see a 2k counter. It could have also gone into the Ivankov, but nonetheless giving him a 2k counter for that exchange. And with 10 active Dawn, we could swing a big, we could swing a 7k into life, and we take it there since we only had 1 card in our hand. And now this 9k swing will guarantee connect. Yes, we do end up taking it, and now this AK Boa Hancock is going to go for game, I imagine, and this is 6 plus 8, and yes, we end up taking it. Thank you guys so much for checking out this channel as well as this video. I really do appreciate it, and stay tuned because I have a ton of new OP09 content coming out soon. See ya!